Hey guys, I recently finished building this guitar. Well, recently, probably about half a year ago. And I'm about to sell it, and I thought before I do that, probably a good idea to film it, take some nice pictures and post it on YouTube and see what you all guys think about it. Originally, this was a reissue Mexican 72 Telecaster Deluxe in black with a maple fretboard, and I pretty much changed everything about it. There's not much that resembles anything of the original guitar. Obviously you haven't touched anything about the neck, so anything wood-like is the original. Haven't changed the frets or the nut, that's all the same. I put some American Standard string trees. Feeling the camera has problems trying to focus. There we go. So that's the American Standard string trees, because the Mexican one just wasn't very great. So did that. Also allow me just to cover up the serial number before I flip it. On the other side you can see it's a 2010 Mexican model. I put some Fender locking tuners on it. This really helped with staying in tune. I sanded pretty much the entire back of the neck off. There's almost no finish left on there, so it's a really smooth feeling to play on. Really like this neck, although to my taste it's a tiny bit on the chunky side, but it's a very comfortable neck. Obviously aged the metal hardware a bit, dulled it down. I sanded a fair amount of the paint off around the belly cutaway and where you would get belt rushes. Now what you see there is quite interesting. Not sure if this will show up on the video properly. I've basically put a pin-up girl on there. It's a decal. It's a very sexy girl. Unfortunately, I should have put it on a white background. So now it almost has like this reverse effect of it. It's a girl in a swimsuit. You can make some of it out. It looks interesting. It's like a small detail. And then I put some really thin lacquer on top, and I aged that back as well. So you can see an extra layer of lacquer if you look at it down this way. But this is probably going to fade away really quickly, so it will get more and more relic on this end. The lacquer is supposed to protect the pin-up girl for a while. I don't know, depending on how much the next player will be using it. I give it a few years before it's unrecognizable and it looks like it just had a sticker over there. It's interesting, it's just a little detail. Worked a lot on the edges. That's usually where most guitars start to age, around the edges, because, well, as they're being used and abused, they get knocked. And this is what happens, you end up with dents and the paint chipping off. There's a few of those around on the other side too. And then there's the smooth wearing as well, which you'd have around here or around your elbow, where you were to pretty much sand everything off with your hand as you were playing, and it'll be really smooth, and it's just the paint and the lacquer and everything just slowly being polished away basically. So now we're looking at the front of the guitar again. I have to say I'm really pleased with what this looks like. I'll try to post some put some videos of this as I'm playing it, just so that you get some ideas of what it sounds like. But it's pretty damn cool. Well, let's have a look at it this way. I'll just put it down so maybe you get a bit less shaking. I'll try not to move too much. Now, you probably notice two things just by looking at it. One, it has a Bixby. It's pretty easy to notice. The other one, the pickups look different. Originally, this guitar comes with the Fender wide range pickups, which are good. I like them, but it's a bit meh. I don't know. I wanted to use this guitar for metal mainly, so I thought something with a bit more punch would be interesting. So what you see there are bare knuckle aftermath, or aftermath, however you want to pronounce it, ceramic humbuckers, and they're no normal pickup, normal humbucker size, which is smaller than the Fender wide range. So something you might not notice is that that's a different pickguard than the original one. However, well, it looks similar. And to be honest, my main aim during this build was to make it look as authentic as possible, or as realistic as possible. Jam in as many functions and different gadgets as I could, while still sort of retaining what a Fender of this era might look like. Now these pickups with the double rows of screws remind me a little bit of TV Jones pickups, although it doesn't have like the black plastic in the middle. I could have done that. I would have had to take off the cover, in which case it loses the bare knuckle warranty because you tinker with it, so thought I'd just leave it like that anyway. Sounds awesome. So that's a new pickguard, which I dulled down a bit. It's not as shiny as the rest of the guitar or as the body. You can probably see up there that the paint is a lot shinier than the pickguard. The pickguard is a bit matte. So yeah, and this one has smaller pickup holes to accommodate for the regular size humbuckers, the aftermath. Then this is a new pickup selector. That's not the one that it came with. This is a Switchcraft one, so a really good quality selector. And let's have a look at the Bixby. Now the Bixby is an original American B5. You can see it doesn't say Bixby license or anything. It's a real Bixby, and I have to say it works really well. This guitar is currently tuned down to drop B, yes, B, really low, and it has, what does it have? It has 12 to 68 on there, and the Bixby with the roller bridge and the Fender, the American standard string trees plus the locking tuners together, it's just wonderful. I mean, I can literally go, I can do this, or I can even go up. It'll still be in tune. I can really just, okay, I wouldn't like to compare it to Floyd Rose, because Floyd Rose obviously is made for abuse, and this one can take a fair amount of abuse and it'll still be in tune. But if you want to just do the standard Bixby thing where you just go, just a bit of wiggle, that's absolutely fine. There's absolutely no problem doing that. So, I told you about the Bixby, and the bridge is interesting because this is a, let me try to get a better shot. This is a Schaller roller tunematic bridge. So this is a tunematic, obviously, so it's like a Gibson bridge, basically. But the funny thing about it is that instead of having triangular shaped saddles, let me try and focus on the saddles. Not happening. Sort of, there we go. So instead of having triangular shaped saddles, those are actually rollers. So every time the string goes back and forth, it's rolling on that bearing there, which really helps with keeping in tune. Because if you had the triangular saddles, they tend to sort of get caught in the string, but this doesn't. And this is amazing because you can intonate every single saddle individually with those screws there, and you can set the height of these. It's really amazing. Now, electronics wise, some other things that has changed before I move on. I kept the 2 volume knobs. So this one is the neck volume, as I think that's how it was originally, although I might have changed these two. And that one is the bridge volume. I mainly use a bridge, but I do like the neck for soloing and the cleaner stuff. But that's the bridge volume now, so I do still have the 2 volumes. Something that I changed though is that one is a push potentiometer. which I'm using to split the coils. So you can get the single coil sounds as well with this guitar, not just the humbucking ones. And something else I've changed is it used to have 2 tone potentiometers you can still read. Try and get a better shot. You can still read volume and tone on them. So I kept the original looks. But instead of having the tone for the neck and the tone for the bridge pickup, I decided to have a master tone. So this one is a tone for both of them. And this one is actually a 3-way switch. Now, why do I need a 3-way switch? Haha. Inside, underneath the bridge, there's a piezo pickup. That's new as well. And that gives a very acoustic sound. You can actually hear all these noises when you're trying to play, or you can actually accommodate that into your music. You can add these noises and it will record and it will go through your amp, because everything noise-wise or hitting-wise that happens to the guitar is being recorded through the piezo. But it doesn't have a preamp for the piezo, which I'm not sure I would like to put in one. I'm actually happy with how it is at this moment. Now the reason why I need a 3-way switch is because in this position it's the pickups that are on. I just switch between the pickups, split the coils, change the volume and tone, and that's it. In the next position it's a mix of the pickups and the piezo. And at that point I can halve the pickup still and change the volumes and the tone, but it's mixed with the piezo. And this is actually a very interesting sound. In this position, if I halve the pickups, if I split the coils and I turn the volume of the pickup down, the sound of the piezo actually comes through a lot and gives a very organic, I'd say transparent, but that's a loosely used term, sound that the piezo gives to the pickups. But if you put everything back on full and use it with the piezo, so the middle position here, what it kind of does, that's an interesting sound as well. It's like an instant jazz sound. It takes some of the attack off, so it's that dull jazzy tone that gives an ES type tone with just the flick of a switch, just that much, and all of a sudden it's like a jazz tone. And if you were to switch one more, now the pickups are completely off and all you can hear is the piezo. But because, as I said, it doesn't have a preamp built into the guitar, the output of the piezo alone is a very, very low output. So if you want to use that, you need to pretty much set up a separate channel for that, or use a booster pedal separately for that to hear that. That's a very usable sound in a studio. I can't see myself using that on stage, but the in-between sound is amazing. And then if you go back to this position, it's like a regular guitar with the pickups and the coil split. So yeah, there's a lot of gadgets going on in this guitar, and I'm pretty happy with the result. It does look like it could be an original, it could be something of that era, with the features of that era. Nobody can tell that there's a piezo in there because it's hidden inside. Yeah, I'm really happy. I'll post some pictures and I'll put some like footages of me playing this thing. I just really wanted to put this out there to see what you guys think and how you like it.
Until you towards the sky, a cold shoulder falls down my twisted spine. What have I done? I should have tried harder to stop what you've become. London every time. Yeah, I'm holding on to you.